Hello friends, greetings from Zurich. Today I have the great pleasure of being Peter Amri's guest.
Welcome.
Thank you Peter. Peter is the CEO of Swisscom Trust, one of our most important partners. Peter is a seasoned tech executive with a lot of experience in IT services, solution architecture, business process management, and proud owner of an MBA from the St. Gallen University. So without further ado, Peter, thank you for having me here and looking forward to having this chat with you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm very excited to talk to you and to tell you more about Swisscom Trust Services.
Can you please introduce us Swisscom Trust Services and what are your core services? What is your target market?
Yes. So Swisscom Trust Services founded actually 3 years ago. It's basically a spin-off of Swisscom Switzerland. So with the goal really to push forward the electronic signing, remote signing business. So we are accredited trust service provider in Switzerland, but also in the European Union. So we are basically a pan-European trust service provider, so the only one in Europe. So we can cover the European jurisdiction, but also the Swiss jurisdiction. And we actually offer trusted PKI services and mainly focus on remote signing, and this for signing for companies but also for natural persons. So that includes of course first identification, the subscriptions for users, and then of course the signing process where we actually assure the transaction.
And regarding Swisscom Trust Services, what is the driving vision and the mission that you currently have? And how do you see this principle guiding your future developments?
Yeah, so our vision is really to, by 2030, to assure and to make sure that all digital transactions are assured and are secure, basically. So for our customers, we want to make all the digital transaction include the integrity, make any transaction secure end-to-end by providing, of course, identifications for natural persons, but also for companies. And our vision is really that our customers have a peace of mind and can rely on our trust, and can rely on our secure transactions, and can focus on their own business.
Now, going to more concrete, what are your solutions and the products that you offer to your customers, be it companies or natural persons?
So our platform, we basically launched a new platform beginning of this year, and this platform is basically orchestrating all the processes around trust services. And these processes include identification on one side, so the validation identification part for companies, but also for natural persons or employees of a company. It's a kind of like an onboarding. Then afterwards, of course, another piece of this platform is basic the authentication methods, because as a user or as a company, you need to approve a signature, an electronic signature, and approve that in the digital world your identity is kept, and you can basically approve transactions. And this is one element, and then another element is of course the PKI, where we can issue certificates for electronic signing for qualified or regulated in Switzerland for companies again, but also for natural persons. And these are basically the pillars. We also call it the triangles. We combine and we connect basically all these pillars together and offer it to our customers. And this can end up in different use cases. So it could be a pure signing platform use case where the person uploads a document, a PDF, and signs a PDF, basically with a qualified signature. But it could also be a company sealing the invoices, that's going to be sent out to their end customers, and so then customers can really be sure that that's an invoice coming from a specific company.
Now the question would be, in terms of developer experience, how easy is for companies that use your services to integrate your services within their products, and how do you achieve this?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the adoption, of course, for our business is very important. So the companies need to adopt our service, integrate our service, to bring value, and basically important actor or to bring adoption forward is really are the developer communities, the developer itself, the architects, and therefore we always focus to have basically very open libraries and APIs that can be integrated easily in ERP or in any software, third-party software, so that it can be integrated directly in the existing customer platforms. And I think that's one of the key values we have. So we have an open platform that's very flexible to be integrated in any digital process. And usually, that the developer can use electronic signing needs a few days to integrate our services. So we have libraries, examples, and so on there, and you can also order basically a trial account where you can play around with our services. So that's, I think it's a key factor, key driver in order for adoption for our services, so that the technical community can easily understand the API, our platform, and then integrate our services.
Yeah, it's very important indeed to have open standards available for developers, so that the adoption increases, and so basically the developers become advocates towards their management for your products and services. Now, talking about advocates, and why do you think that your customers choose your services? What do you think that are your differentiators compared to competition?
Yeah, I think on one side is really the unique platform we have. So with the different methods that can be used for the identification. So for example, we have their auto identification, we have video identification, and this can be used with different authentication methods for electronic signing. So for example, with OTP, or it can also be with an approval app, or it can be in Switzerland called mobile ID, or now also within Swisscom. Swisscom launched the Swisscom Sign app as part of the My Swisscom app. So these are different methods we offer, and we offer it in a very, very modular way. So the customers can basically develop their really end-user journey for electronic signing, depending on the use case. And of course, this is very powerful. So the customer, they understand that we have an open platform. We are flexible to implement the best user experience, and all these elements you can combine in a flexible way with like a power bar where you can connect to the different connectors, and build really what's best for you. And that's one thing. And then of course the other thing is the trust that we offer as a subsidiary of Swisscom out of Switzerland. I think we can offer best service, best support, also really show our competence in the trust services. And I think that's great values we can offer to our customers, and that's also confirmed, of course, by our existing customers.
Thank you for this answers, and I think this is one of the most important things to have a flexible and something that could allow your services to integrate it in a frictionless way, so that the user experience is not affected. So that's indeed a very strong thing. Now, going towards our collaboration, because we are proud partners for Swisscom Trust, I would like to ask you about technical partnerships. What do you think that are the most important factors for technical partnerships in general?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So from my point of view, at the end of the day, it's not even the technology itself. I think it's really about the people. How you care about your own people and how you bring your own people to the next level, to develop their own competence. And to have an open mindset. I think that's the most important. And then the technology can always change. Your people should be able to learn new technologies, new programming languages, and get into new platforms and so on. And then I think if that's given, then I think it can be a very fruitful collaboration. I think in our case that's the case. We have examples where your developer got into new technology because we had the need, customer need, and they jumped on it and they did. And I think that's very important, because at the end of the day, it's important that as a partner, Mandit understands basically our platform, how the trust business functions. What are the important factors to be successful, and then the technology itself is something you can learn, and then you can learn on the job. And if you have people that can learn also on the job, they can bring value, in a short time, and that's important for us, and I'm sure also for our customers. And also be ready to take responsibilities, So we have a great examples with a QA engineer who started with us from your team, and really took month by month took over more responsibilities, and now can act as a test manager. And I think that's a great story. So, we need people that can take over responsibilities, develop competence, and become an expert in our area. And I think that's is the basis for a fruitful and successful collaboration.
Thank you. Going to successful collaboration and partnerships, what do you say that makes technology partnerships successful? What are the ingredients for that?
The ingredients, I think, at the end of the day, it's really a kind of mid-long-term view, having the patience also to develop people, and also teach the people also, especially in trust services, so that they try to understand what we do, what's important for us. So for us, security, compliance, user experience is very important. For example, in the identification area, where most of the times you could have friction, so you really need to understand that this process needs to be frictionless for our end customers, so that we can offer the best service. And that these are the things that you need to learn in our business, and you need to be open to really improve that every day as well, and really be passionate on this. And I think that's the right attitude. That's the foundation to have a successful partnership.
So when you are searching for technology service partners, how did Mandit stood out and led to our collaboration?
Yeah, actually, when we started looking around for a new technology supplier, and that can support us in the development and also maintenance operations of our services, and keep in mind our services as a trust service provider. You need to have a focus on security, is very important, stability, because we offer liability to our customers, so the customers rely on us. So for us, the technology part is very important. The selection is very important. So, and that's one thing. And the other thing is really the skills in the trust services area. So the skills are not so easy to find. So it's a kind of skills that most of the developers are not in contact and don't have a regular interaction with trust services, PKI certificates, and so on. And so we need a partner that really understands what I said before in terms of liability and reliability, but also cares about their own people and brings their own people forward and thinks a bit in the mid and long term, so that we can build a long-term relationship and build up also the different people in a way that they become experts, in our business. With our technology, and of course also understands our customers' requirements, and can also are kind of open and try to understand what we need to deliver to our customers and what kind of value we can deliver.
Yeah, I can confirm you that we at Mindit.io put a lot of emphasis during recruitment and during the project life cycle on the way that our people, our developers, quality assurance engineers, architects and so on, put in the customer's shoes. Therefore, exactly what you said, that they understand the customer requirements. And this is one of the main things that we are looking for as a product engineering company. Yeah. And what are the future initiatives of Swisscom Trust, and how does Mindit.io fit into this? Any plans to come to Eastern Europe or other parts?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, to give me to also to talk a bit about our plans, and one of the biggest plans, of course, to explore further the European market, and there's also ADAS 2.0, so it's a new regulation in the European Union, and I think we are in the right position to offer the good service, this open service, trust service to the customers in the European Union, and that's really the way we want to go, especially in Germany, Netherlands, France, where we see momentum and we can develop the market. And basically offer end-to-end solutions, whole products to customers in the different segments, and really push forward the adoption of trust services. And I think there we need also a partner on the technical side, on the supplier side, that can scale with us, that can bring this openness to us, and also is able to scale if we need. To fulfill or to develop new customer, very customer-specific solutions, and I think that's very important.
Now, a few questions. Question that popped up my mind without even the script, and now a little bit. So nowadays everyone discuss AI, about the impact on the society. And I'm sure you thought about the impact of AI for trust services and the identity providers such as Swisscom Trust as well. So the question is, how do you see AI impacting this kind of services in the future? And
it's a very great question. So it's I think with AI, the world in a sense gets even more dynamic.
Okay.
And there will be much more players, actors, also in the digital world. And you need to be much more careful to who you talk, to who you interact, and to who you really do binding transactions.
Yeah.
So I believe trust is even gonna be even more important in the future, because AI offers technology and tools that will make it much easier and faster to develop new services, but also in a good way, but also in a bad way. For example, talk about cybersecurity. And therefore, I think it's even more important that we have a trust anchor in all the transactions. For example, I see as well, see about the media, the fake media content and so on. And I think there, the future will be very important that you can trace back who is actually the issuer of this information, who actually signed the media content and so on. So there's a trust element.
And you see Swisscom Trust entering that.
Yeah, of course, we're looking at it, and we're following also the discussions with Adobe, and they have some initiatives, to assure this. And I think there's an opportunity for us as well to play a role in there as a trust service provider. Of course, in Switzerland, Europe, but even worldwide, to really provide to secure this kind of content. But also secure the transaction itself, binding transaction.
Okay. Can you please give us some concrete examples of threats coming from the AI space, and some examples opportunities that come from the AI space for your industry?
Yeah, for example, this week there was a publication by the Swiss federal government. So they published that basically, one of the attacks, cyber attacks, one of the most of the attacks is still sending basically fake invoices, by email to end customers. So basically they take the original invoice, the PDF, and they fake basically the account details, So they send it to the end customers, and then customer get this PDF document, think it's a real invoice, and pay, of course, into a wrong or to a wire transfer to the wrong account. And this is because the invoice, the PDF itself, is not signed, so there is no mechanism to check what actually is the integrity of the document still there. And there we have a very easy service with Seal, for example, company Seal, so you can seal all these PDF documents, these invoices, and you can send it out to your customers by email or through any channel. And then customer can basically open it and sees directly if there's the green hook in the Adobe Reader, for example, and can verify, okay, the integrity assured was issued by that specific company. So that's a very easy use case where you can bring actually security.
So basically, in this case, you're providing a threat coming from the AI space, and then a countermeasure the product that is at this moment offering the solution for such.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's one use case. Yeah, and then of course, for electronic signature for a natural person, like a qualified signature, is the same, so really can, because a qualified signature assures also there's a liability. We are liable for this signature, so it means also the person who signed it was identified properly, so you can be sure there's actually a real person behind, and there are so many other use cases. You can improve the reliability of any transaction, and really have a binding transaction also from a legal point.
For your, now again, this is not on the script, but we can cut it if so in terms of AI techniques and regarding internal operations, what do you think you will benefit the most in the near future? Traditional machine learning techniques, or do you see strong use cases coming from the large language models as well?
Obviously, there will be a lot of use cases from the large model. Of course, yes, I think there's endless applications at the end of the day, and this is what you see as well. Everybody talks about AI and using it, and all the business, they have kind of a link to AI. They try to integrate it in their services, their applications. I think there's many use cases in there today, but in the future to come. And yes, definitely there will be many opportunities, and we need to have open eye and observe that, and discuss this kind of use cases or new use cases with our customers, and be close to our customers and support them if they want to develop a new digital journey. I think then we are the right person to talk to them.